Oh man, so I have found with projects a lot of times once you get towards the end, there's just a whole bunch of small tedious things to do. So what I decided to do for my benefit as well as yours, I just went ahead and I addressed all those, well, almost all of those little tedious things, and this video is going to be a massive update. Also, I want to get this thing on the road, bring it out a little further and further because I've only hit local roads. Now I want to hit some bigger roads, show you everything, get some rolling shots, and just have a good time.
Hey now, you're watching the intro that can only be described as a fortune cookie that's cracked, rotten, stale, just throw it away channel of YouTube. Welcome to Bodie Vision.
Hey, so what is up and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another video. So like I said, with this video, I want to give a massive update on everything that I've done so far. And let's just go ahead and start at the front end. So one thing that you can see is we have the headlights on. Now the motor that made the headlights go up and down whenever I would flip a switch, that doesn't have the room that it used to have because the wheel tubs are so big with these big meaty tires and the whole 9 yards. I had to rearrange everything. So that OEM mounting, that went away. So that's not gonna work. Now it could retrofit a motor, but I don't feel like going through all that, and I just feel like that's gonna be a nightmare. Or the other option would be to just have them fixed at all times. So I think I found a good middle ground. So as you can see right here, we just have the rod that attached to the motor before. So that rod would rotate, and when it was all the way back, the headlights would be up. When it was all the way forward, the headlights would be down. So I pulled that rod and I made 2 holes in it for 2 settings. Right now it's at the up setting. I just pulled this little clevis pin out of a rod that I welded in there so we can have it up, and this is fixed. Slide it over, slide it down, pop that in. That is fixed as well. I still have a little bit of tweaking to do, and obviously I'd put this pin back in. So now we have 2 settings, settings for up, settings for down, and that is working like it should. Yes, it might be a little bit of a pain every time I want the lights to go up or down. I gotta do it manually, but at least I still have the options to run them either way. So now looking at the engine bay, the next thing that I had to figure out was a air intake. Now this air intake, this is actually for a Camaro, and it's meant to run way up here and dive down, but I had to cut it down a little bit. So everything for this came with the kit. I just had to modify the tube to make it actually fit better, but I'm super happy with that fitment. I think that looks really good. It's nice, out of the way. I am happy with that. Now let's go ahead and move on to all the changes or completions on the inside. So the dash is pretty much buttoned up, finalized. Everything is all good, and we also have the back seats somewhat sitting in here looking kind of normal. These 4 panels, 1, 2, 3, and 4, I had to trim the bottom completely, a whole bunch, in order for them to sit in here. And this back seat bottom, this isn't actually the seat. This is just the fabric that was over it. This isn't very comfortable. I'm gonna have to stretch it out and make it look a little bit better. But overall, for this car to have as many crazy modifications as it does and still look a little bit OEM, I think that's definitely a win. Now the gauge cluster, let me show you what I got going on with that. So I went ahead and I turned down all the lights so you'd be able to hopefully see it a little bit better. So I have my gauge cluster right there, and then that's part of the Holley Terminator system. And then right here I just have a mouse. I can actually use the mouse and go through, pick different layouts if I would like. And this is just a mouse that's connected to the back of it, but I got this setting or this layout how I want it, how I like it. So I got the temperature, the actual temperature readout is sitting at 142 degrees. I just drove the car around a little bit. The battery, also my fuel gauge is on there. Left turn signal, right turn signal, high beams, low beams. I want to change that from red to green and yellow and all the whole 9 yards, but I have the options to do that, so that's really nice. Radio's working, everything is working. So why don't we just go ahead and get it started and get it on the road. so cool, so crazy awesome to drive this car that I've been building for just over a year now. This is really the first time I took it on the road. I've just been limping around by the shop, obviously, but I mean, to bring it on the road, to bring it up, I mean, we were hitting 60 miles an hour easy, and the car just pulls so effortlessly. I mean, it feels phenomenal. I'm used to driving little Hondas that don't have the torque or even half the torque that this thing has, so I definitely got to get used to driving it in the way that you're supposed to drive an LS, not shifting super soon, keeping the RPMs and the power band a little bit more, you know what I mean? I'm used to shifting Honda so soon. But anyways, man, I'm so excited. Driving this thing puts a smile on my face. And I wanna drive it as it is right now before I paint it, because I wanna work the bugs out as it looks ugly. If something's gonna happen, I'd rather have it happen now. Once I'm confident in the car, then I'll go ahead and paint it. And again, that's why I pulled off all the stuff. The fender flares aren't on the car, the rear louvers, nothing's on the car, because I just wanted to get it out on the road and work through the bugs like I was saying. So all in all, first Maiden Voyage, well, I don't know if it was the first drive, because like I said, I limped it around the shop, but I mean, first major drive, first time on the road, first time getting above 60 miles an hour. All the gauges are working, everything's working as it should, and I could not be more happy with the car. So that's gonna be it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video, comment, subscribe. It's phenomenal. I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out.